Yo, I'm sorry, but you ain't doing your emotions right. This video could be a whole series. It could be a whole channel. I really want to talk about how emotional dysregulation, which some of you might have heard of, some of you might have not, is rampant in our world today. And it is a serious issue. It's really blocking a lot of people from accessing their most basic level of human creativity. Emotional dysregulation, for those of you who have not heard that kind of, therapy speak online, basically means an inability to feel your emotions, communicate or express them both to yourself and other people, and feel okay doing so. I think that, numbers 2 and 3 of that little formula of what emotional regulation entails, which is my own definition, by the way. There might be better ones out there. 2 and 3, communicating or expressing your emotions and feeling okay with that, are not even on the table until you have that first part, truly feeling your emotions. One of the big examples that I have of why emotional dysregulation is so widespread is that there are so many things that keep people from feeling their emotions. If you meet me out in the wild or just every day, and I talk about this, I'll talk about myself. I'll say, for me, emotions are very physical because I understand that everybody processes stuff in their own way. But I gotta let you know, humans are physical creatures. Your emotions live in your body. You cannot think your feelings, just as you cannot feel your thinkings. There's overlap, of course. The human is very complex. But if you want to be able to process your emotions, step into your best self, which only comes with emotional regulation, you have to feel your feelings. And part of that means accepting that you are a physical creature. Now, there are lots of other things that you have to accept in order to feel your emotions. But even that one right there, accepting that your body is what holds emotional content can really take you a long way. The fact that we are all glued to our phones. I know everybody talks about it and all this stuff, and it's so boomer of me to say that nonsense, but it's true. If you are pumping light and sound and thoughts and all this different stuff into your eyes and your ears and your brain at all seconds of the day, and your body doesn't move, of course you're going to feel bad. Of course you're not even going to know how you feel. And the problem is, it gets to a point with all this stuff that discourages a connection with your physical being. Not just your phone, but the nasty food in the United States, all of the entertainment, the way that we're always sitting at desks, in office chairs, all this stuff that really discourages a disconnection with your body. It leaves people not just feeling bad, but not even being aware of the fact that they feel bad. It's hard because when you really tap into your own emotional regulation, you're kind of faced with a paradox. I do not know how somebody else feels in their body. I'm not telepathic. I'm not, I believe it is not a good idea to assume how other people feel. And at the same time, when you become more emotionally regulated, you can sort of sense, or at least interpret, emotional dysregulation in other people. I understand that it is very scary and even feels like you're being condescended to when somebody says, you're not feeling your emotions, you're not working with them right, you gotta move your body, you can't hold on to them. If you're like feeling, so much trauma and you're like crumpled up and, all this stuff, of course you're gonna feel bad in your little body. That's what happens. I know that that is not an easy fact to face, not just because, it's super hard to break that cycle, and not just because it feels like you're being condescended to, but it's also hard because, like, all that stuff gets built up. When you have all of your emotions stored in your body, which is what emotions do, it's what bodies do, to really undo all that like pent up stuff in you, it takes some time. It really does. But I just want to encourage people. Emotional regulation will help you unlock your creativity, not just in the sense of making art, but how you create a life for yourself, how you exercise, make friends, have hobbies, pursue your job or your career, whatever it might be. When you can truly regulate your emotions, you are able to do a lot more than you might have thought you ever could. And I'll probably make more videos about this in the future because there's so much that can be said. But that number one step that you can do to help yourself, connect with your body, even if it's just putting your phone down for a minute of the day that you would have been on it and breathing, going for a walk. Like, it does not have to be I'm doing jiu-jitsu and beating the fuck out of my mom or whatever. Like, you can be a physical creature, not in this oppressive way that is fed to us. Because that's another thing that fuels emotional dysregulation. Beating your body down in the gym until you're like anorexic and fucking destroyed and you can't even build muscle. All of this stuff can really disconnect you from your creative spirit. And I want everybody out there to know it is not beyond you to say, okay, I'm going to find what helps me regulate my emotions, whatever that might be, that honors the truth of the matter. You're a physical being. If you want to step into your highest light, you gotta start being physical. My name is Andrew Tai, world famous poet superstar, and I will always love you. Mwah.